the better you become at meeting yourself at where you're at, instead of playing a role or masking as you're walking around in your life. Where you are meeting the tension heads on that you are experiencing within yourself. You come off as a person that is more honest, and you will have a more inclusive environment around you and within you. Instead of feeling like you are disconnected from yourself and it feels like hard to be in your body because there is a lot of tensions and something just feels off, and you avoid it to go there, to the places within yourself, because you don't feel safe going there and it feels kind of wrong to go there, to be honest. But what if it's that part of yourself that is knocking on the door, that just wants to be included, that just wants you to embrace this aspect of you? And the alarm bell is basically your physical tension that you are experiencing within yourself. And you think that the tensions are something that is wrong, so therefore you try to overcompensate or you try to work on yourself. When in reality, you're just avoiding to include a very important part of yourself. A part of you that has been forgotten for a long time. So instead, it has come up as physical tension that you perceive as something is wrong, when in reality it's a part of you that just wants to say hi, that just wants to be included. And this overcompensation can look like very different things. For example, you search for quick fixes or dopamine hits because it feels hard to be in yourself and to meet this aspect of you, because you don't know how to do it. Or you search for connection and to be included with people around you, but you never really feel like you really click. Because to some degree, you're not being there for yourself. And therefore you're putting up a wall between you and other people as well. When you meet this part of yourself that like just wants to hide away and just dig a deep hole into the ground and disappear. When you meet this part of you, you meet your own vulnerability. And you can think that that is a weakness. Maybe people around you have perceived your vulnerability as a weakness before in your life. So therefore you shut it down. But it's actually your superpower. When you're vulnerable, you're free. Just look at nature and the weather, for example. Sometimes it's sunny. And sometimes it's rainy. And the weather is just like it is. It doesn't judge itself for coming in with the clouds. Pouring rain on the ground. In fact, this actually enables things to grow. Because it's letting go. And the rain becomes a part of the ecosystem. The same goes with your vulnerability. If you avoid to include the part of you that is vulnerable, that doesn't want to be seen, that wants to hide away from being perceived as weak or like a failure, or just straight up that you are judging this part of yourself so much that you don't even notice how much you are doing it. It's like if you would really be mirrored there, be seen by a person who would really see you, you would probably not even acknowledge this part of yourself because it feels so threatening. Instead, you're just hiding into your shell and you're masking. You're presenting yourself with a version of you that feels safe, but that is really just a layer of protection instead of actually exposing your core. And even with people who sees you for who you are, this can feel threatening and scary. To expose the part of you that feels wrong. It is to really go to that place within yourself and then you kind of present yourself from there. You go to that layer of protection within you and you step in and kind of embrace it, and then it's like, here I am, and maybe it's like, something wants to hide, but you are showing that part of you that wants to hide, so therefore you are exposing it, right? That's the only way for you to feel more safe and liberated, not only in certain areas of your life, but in your whole life, where you feel more expressive and safe to be who you are, regardless of who you are with or what you are doing. Even with yourself. Just look at your life now, and when you are home at night and suddenly it's just like this discomfort within yourself, and how you are meeting that now. Maybe you are eating more chocolate, or you are looking at a TV show and the time just goes on and on and on, and you just feel like something is off. But instead of meeting that and embracing that beautiful aspect of you, you are denying it. It's to go into that place within yourself and like mirror that part that doesn't feel safe. It's like you hold yourself in the hand. And then it will become easier to do it in every area of your life as well. To feel like all of you is welcomed, not only parts of you. Where your baseline is more that you feel safe to be who you are, instead of masking parts of yourself from being seen. And it's both about like telling it how it is for you with the people around you, but also to practice going to that place within yourself. For a year I studied to be an actor. And during my time as an actor on stage, you play different roles. You embody different personas, to say, right? So then it's to look at like the script and how I can embody this character and become it, right? On stage as well. So it's the kind of the same thing that you're doing here, but instead of like looking at this script that is outside of you and then taking that in and becoming that, it's more about like tuning in and scanning your body and like, okay, where am I at right now? Maybe there's a like part and like something that is just like is so tense in your chest that this is like I'm doing now, this is the expression that feels most real. And then it's like, oh, I'm so tired, and like you really go there with your whole body. You let your body know that it's okay to be this like tired and feeling this tension, and just going there in your body to this place within yourself that is just so forgotten and alone. And you embrace it and you embody it. And this is also when you start to accept this aspect of yourself. You start to include it with yourself, but also with the people that you meet. And this makes life a lot more enjoyable and beautiful to live. Because suddenly, you're not only meeting yourself where you actually are, you are starting to connect with people around you in a much deeper way. People that you maybe judged before to be a person who you couldn't go deep with. But in reality, they were just mirroring this hesitation that you already had within yourself, or this armor that you presented. So therefore, that was blocking the connection to go deeper. So maybe it's more about you becoming more comfortable, exposing yourself, and by doing so, there's like a ripple effect out as well. The people around you feels more comfortable being themselves, which makes it easier for them and the people around you as well to go to that vulnerable place within themselves, because they realize that it's safe to go there because you're a leading example of what it is to go there first. So we can create a world together that is more inclusive, that is warm, that is like felt, not only conceptualized and like having these shallow conversation with each other. And like we are in a world right now that is very disconnected. We live, it's easier than ever to like connect with each other, right? On social media and all these different platforms that have like on the surface made us more connected. But in reality, we're more alone than ever before. And we need to find spaces where we can gather, where we can become vulnerable, where we can actually share things that is going on within us, because that is to be human. And when we feel like someone else is struggling, not only us, it's like this relief, right? That I'm not alone in this. And when we don't feel alone, we feel like, okay, someone is actually like me. And that's a relief in itself. And that's to be human and to be connected with each other and going through life together. We don't need to do it alone. We can actually do it as a team. And we need more team members. So therefore we need to practice being more inclusive and open and inviting and also share the vulnerable parts of ourselves that has been hidden for a long time. Because when you or me are the first person who name that out loud, it becomes a permission slip for the next person to do the same. So when we lead with our vulnerability, we create a world that is more inclusive. It's like we can start to make these small pods with people and communities that gather and share from their like human felt edge where we can really connect and see each other for who we are, and be human together, which makes it a little bit easier to go around in a world that is quite disconnected from nature, from each other, and where we can actually start to see that light instead. A spark of aliveness. And it's much easier to find that spark together when we actually tell it how it is and go to our lived edge and include it. Because then, you know, when you have had a good cry, for example, and you've been sad and you've felt like low, and then suddenly you just like, you know, you come in touch with that true part within yourself when you hear music, or when you have that conversation with a friend, or you're just like sitting out in nature and suddenly you just feel like something is like starting to breathe, and you can like feel how everything is like, suddenly it's like you meet that edge, and a new space within you opens up, which just feels a lot more warm and real and empathic. And we need to find that space in each other and re-find it together, and not being separate from each other anymore, but starting to practice in real time what it is to be vulnerable and to be a leading example through actually exposing our edge. So if you feel me on this, and you feel like what I'm speaking of here is important and necessary in this world, I invite you to start to lead with your vulnerability, even when it's scary, even when you want to shut down, even when you avoid to embrace the help that is right in front of you. To have that conversation with that person that you don't think are capable of meeting you. And instead you start by saying something true, instead of playing the game of nonsense. And with all of this being said, I hope you enjoy this video, and this message just came through me as I was standing here today. I had no clue what was about to come up, but after having said all of what I've had said now, it feels very important and real. Maybe you can feel that too. So, that was all. Bye.